Hey, how's everybody doing today? I'm going to talk a little bit out of Proverbs 17, and there's it kind of plays off of what I just preached on this last Sunday. So the two verses that kind of caught my eye were Proverbs 17 verses 27 and 28. A truly wise person uses few words. A person with understanding is even tempered. Even fools are thought wise when they keep silent. With their mouths shut, they seem intelligent. You know, the world that we live in now kind of delights itself in everyone sharing their opinions about everything. You know, there are even polls you can do on, and I'm not saying those are bad, but, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And then, well, I went to this place and I didn't like it, or I did, whatever. And, the fact of the matter is that people sometimes just delight in sharing our own opinions. And there's nothing wrong with that to a point. I think one of the areas where we have to be careful in is thinking that the way we think about someone, that everybody ought to think that way, or else, they're the enemy. And there can be a lot of danger in that. And, that first verse, it says a truly wise person uses few words. Now, that doesn't mean that you're supposed to be silent and not talk. I think what it's referring to is that we do need to be measured and careful in what we say. There's I don't know if I read it today or somewhere else, but it talked about, that once a quarrel, in verse 14, starting a quarrel is like opening a floodgate. So stop before a dispute breaks out. And there's wisdom a lot of times in not saying things that we know is going to cause a reaction, or that can start a quarrel. And sometimes it's hard not to say that, because we want to get our part. Somebody, maybe they've said something, or we've come across something that bothers us, and we really want to get out what we want to say. But we need to really ask ourselves, what am I going to accomplish with this? Am I really going to, is there a greater good here? If it's someone that talks about, some kind of wrong doctrine about who God is that can keep them from knowing Jesus, then yeah, that's probably something that we should talk about. But 99% of the times, those are not what our argument's about. Our arguments a lot of times are just about our opinions. And the wise person learns how to keep their opinions to themselves. And you know what? That is hard. I mean, we all kind of want to be heard and want to be acknowledged. And, it's in this day and age, it's really hard not to express your opinion about everything. And I really think that it is easier, and a lot of times that it's more conducive to share your opinions when you're talking to someone face to face than when you're on text messages or on social media or whatever, because, sometimes we can say things verbally and soften it with a tone of voice or a laugh at the end or whatever. But when you do it over text message or on social media, it can a lot of times come across as more harsh than we intended it. So we really need to be doubly careful there. The last part, even fools are thought wise when they keep silent. With their mouths shut, they seem intelligent. I think we all, and social media in particular kind of lends itself to this, that, we can spout forth things that we've heard without really knowing if they're true or not. Maybe we just assume something's true because we heard it from some source that we trusted or whatever. But you have to be very careful about just assuming that something's true if you haven't researched it. If you don't know, that's that's kind of a millennial thing too, is you say something they don't agree with, they do a Google search and then show you an article. And that doesn't impress me a whole lot, to be honest with you. I want to know, well, who wrote the article? How do I know this article's accurate? How do I know that the information that they're putting forth? I mean, that to me, that just answers or puts forth a lot more questions. Now, somebody that's researched all sides of an issue and is really qualified to speak on it, that's a different thing to me. So, I just think that for a lot of times we would be better off saying less than we say. I know that's definitely true for me. There's times I think, man, why didn't I just keep my mouth shut? And the Bible tells us that hey, Even fools are thought wise when they keep silent. And so maybe the thing for this week is, hey, on some things, maybe it's best to be silent a little bit more often. That's it. That's the Bible study. Hope you guys have a great week. Bye-bye.